All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daily Ticker, brought to you by Pelican Brewing Company. Pelican invites you to take a beach break at one of their 4 coastal locations: Cannon Beach, Tillamook, Pacific City, and Lincoln City. Pelican Brewing Company, born at the beach. Today, very special guest in studio,
yes.
Jeremy Piven. That's where you press the big applause button there, Swag, if you're doing anything over there.
My God.
Tomorrow night, Roseland
It's a little
Theater.
late, buddy. It's a little late.
Yeah, well, listen.
It's all about timing, guys. You're fired. Everyone's fired.
Only
I've been
for
told
literally.
I'm not funny professionally, so
timing only important for stand-up. You spent most of your career acting both on stage, television, in movies. We were just talking about it here before we came on the air. Not even listed on your Wikipedia page that you do stand-up comedy. How long have you been doing stand-up, and what got you into it?
Well, what's interesting is after 3 straight Emmys on Entourage, who's counting me? I'm going to now celebrate myself and give the audience, they're like, Jeremy Piven. Is it Jeremy Renner? Is it Jeremy Strong? No, it's Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy Piven.
We can give the folks a little reference. Over 80 movies and have been grinding since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Getting my reps in.
Your parents ran a academy for acting. Is that where you start? Like you were born into it. It was before you were 8.
Yeah, I was born into a theater family.
Yeah.
Where I just kind of grew up on the stage, and in Chicago, when I got up on stage at 8 with a guy named John Cusack, and he and I
Heard of him.
Yeah, he and I became friends, and ended up doing a bunch of films together and started a theater company. But yeah, I've been doing this my whole life, and I could probably talk about myself forever until it's maybe the cure for insomnia, where people are going, I'm having trouble sleeping. Let's put that Piven interview on because it's boring me to death. All roads lead to stand up in the way that even, doing Entourage or Rush Hour, which I totally improvise as the gay Versace salesman. There's so much I want to say right now that I can't.
Oh, I know. Well,
because the radio.
Yeah.
So what I'll offer
the FCC is stopping you from saying
I do
all
have
the
a dump
things.
button.
Oh God, so do I.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. Oh, I just pressed it. Sorry, guys. Is there something?
Oh,
Jesus.
smell it
No,
over
we're gonna
here.
play through it. Let's play through. So at the Roseland Theater Friday night, the July 11th. I'm going to say what I can't say on this interview because out of respect for you guys, I want to say things now that I can't.
Yeah.
But I did have a moment with you just now that was really special, whether you realize it or not. I'm editing my special finally with stand-up so people know I do it.
Yep.
And that I shot in Chicago, where I grew up. And I have this Bill Belichick joke, and I just didn't know if it was working, and I just played it for him, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you were laughing out loud.
I was laughing. Yes.
Well, we're trying to get it back for the
landed.
last
It
segment.
landed.
So today he's kind of co-hosting, and I was trying to
Okay.
get his attention and back in, and you had him enthralled, so I could see him laughing through the glass.
Oh, good. Okay.
So yeah, you ruined one segment, you're saving this one, so it all works
Thank
out
God.
just fine.
That's the universe.
So when did you start doing stand-up? I thought I saw 10 years that you've been doing it now.
I've been touring for 10 years, but I feel like I came out of the womb doing stand-up, and I've been every set that I've ever been on, I'm pitching jokes and
Yeah.
and improvising and doing my thing, and then at a certain point, I just went, wait a minute, because you spend so much energy going, okay, what's the best moment for this pitch to be received? Because my mom, who's been my acting teacher since I was a kid, said, it's really about, you got to find the right moment for any of your ideas to be received.
Yeah.
And so that takes a lot of energy. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Just get on that stage and face your fears. And it's been the most freeing thing I've ever done in my life. And people come up to me afterwards and they go, we didn't know you were this funny. And that's after 80 movies. So that's a bit of a
And
backhanded.
a lot of them comedy, most of them comedy,
Yeah.
it feels like.
It's all comedy, but that's a beautiful backhanded compliment because, no, if you're in a band and you're playing other people's writings, and then suddenly you're the singer-songwriter, like that was an important moment just now. I was like, oh, okay, I just tested it on him, and this guy, the lane, and he's laughing his ass off. So I'm happy. I love to do it. Also, in real time, you're either hitting or you're bombing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is you should know a joke works before you see it on tape. When you're making a movie or TV, you have to trust an entire team of director, editor, co-stars, whomever else.
Yeah.
Stand up, I've done a fair amount of stand up myself, and you're on an island, my friend. And I don't know if you use any writers or if it's 100% pure Jeremy Piven. But when you go up there, it is sink or swim, my friend.
And that's what's so beautiful about it. I mean, you guys, your lane is sports, and that's it really is the closest that we'll get to being a pro athlete, because you have to rise to the occasion.
I was a pretty good JV basketball player.
There you
so
go.
I got pretty close to making it.
Okay, so
this
you
is like,
you understand the grind, and you've been humbled.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's invaluable. And that's helped you in your professional life because you know what it takes to succeed. And then also, I had dreams of being a 5'9" Jewish linebacker in the NFL, and it doesn't exist. It's a lane,
Really? I'm
Yeah,
trying to think.
well,
let me think through the.
let's see. Brian
I can't think
Urlacher,
of one.
6'4", 262. No, you wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
But Julian Edelman is exactly my size, and he's my spirit animal. But
And you guys have become friends?
we become friends, and it's funny because this Bill Belichick joke that I just crafted, I can't wait to send to him, because of all people, those guys all know, what it was like. He was so brilliant for so many years, and his mantra was no distractions.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's all distractions, which is interesting, all the time, 24/7. And it's just going to be fascinating because, the reality is it's so hard to win in the NFL, and that guy put together so many winning seasons, and now it's so fun to watch Brady because he really, now that he's finally retired, is unpacking some of the variables as to why he was as good as he was, and it's so inspiring to see a guy like that and just go, okay, one of the major variables is he never stopped watching tape.
Yeah.
And he knew the tendencies of all the defense of every cornerback and linebacker, what they were going to do.
Well, he said it was so hard to retire because the game kept slowing down the more knowledge that he got. It just kept slowing down, which his body was slowing down too. But he did everything he could to keep it going. Then the lucky thing for him, he was never fast, so it didn't affect him as much as other guys.
No, but they should really study him on many different levels as a human, because even he was timed in the 40, and at 46 years old, he beat his record at the combine at 23, which isn't saying much because he was doughy and ridiculous, and any one of us now could have beaten him at the combine. But that's also inspiring. So it's amazing what the human body can do. And then so you just didn't know, like, what was the biggest component when they were winning all those Super Bowls. And Belichick seemed to get the best out of Randy Moss and guys that, like, no one could handle.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you see a guy like that, and he knew how to take great talent that other people didn't quite know what to do with, or these players couldn't play underneath. And he was brilliant. So I think he's got some juice.
Well, his first time in college football. I'm very curious what happens. But if you look at his record without Tom Brady, that's not great. It's not great. He lost in Cleveland. He lost after Tom Brady left. He had a losing season with Drew Bledsoe before he went in. But let's get back to you and kind of what's going on with your career. You're still making movies. I mentioned most of what you've done is comedy.
Yeah.
But I see that you're tap dancing and you're in a pretty serious role.
Yeah.
You've done stage. You've done TV, you've done movies, you've done now stand-up, and you have your first special coming out.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Is there something that you would, if you could only do one, is there one of those disciplines, or do you kind of love the variety?
I love it all from many different reasons. They're all just these different, lanes, these creative lanes that are so challenging and fun, and just kind of it's all just an expression, of I'm going to get very ethereal and strange right now.
Do it.
On this sports talk show, but
yeah,
I think all of us are interesting. Every one of us. Well, maybe not you.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I think people will say that very quickly. I've learned that a long time ago. That's why we love having you in.
No, we all are, and I was taught at a very early age by my parents who threw me up on stage. Like, their mantra was "You are enough." And as a kid, when you hear "I'm enough," oh wow, I didn't. Okay, cool. And then you get up and you're just getting silly up there, and because none of us are the same. So I'm just getting silly with Cusack at 8 years old on stage, and people are laughing, and we're going, "Wait, what's going on here? We think it's funny, they think it's funny. This is amazing." And so I just kind of kept going. And stand up is, yes, it's incredible because it's all coming from me. And to answer your question, I write everything myself. Now, guys that open for me, there's a CJ Starr who's going to open for me here in Portland, who's just a killer. I like to hire killers who have been doing it way longer than me to open.
Yeah.
Because it's my job. It just, if I were to be lazy and find someone that's new or that's going to make me look good, it's nobody.
It doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah.
I want someone that's gonna push me, and also, yeah, I'll take a note from anyone. So the notes I get, this isn't someone that's gonna come in and write my jokes, but they may come in and say, "Hey man, your closer is amazing. You might want to open with it."
Yeah.
Or take a longer pause before you land the Bill Belichick's girlfriend coming in and stopping your entire run here.
Not
You know what I
talking
mean?
about this.
No.
No.
Oh my God, that was awkward. That was surreal. Oh my God, she artistically cock-blocked me.
You seem like a competitive guy.
I am very competitive, yeah. I mean, that's why you see I've got flyers right here.
I see that.
So the reality is, no one really knows I'm here yet. The Roseland Theater is this huge theater.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky that I've been doing it forever and I have an audience so that I can walk the streets. Like I'm not going to go out like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to have a half full theater because it's not about ego. It's like, well, I don't want to leave having people go, "I didn't know he was here."
Yeah.
So if I can get to you and then I want to give you the choice. Oh yeah, I love Piven in when he played George in Seinfeld, or
Yeah.
whatever brings you the gay Versace salesman and whatever. I want to give everyone a chance to get in there and laugh because we need to laugh right now because things are very surreal. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Every day I don't really. There's some people that are obsessed with the news, and I don't. It's just hard to know who to trust anymore. That's the reality.
I don't disagree with that.
What's going on? They want to be first, but who wants to be right?
Yeah. Well, that's why we love sports here, is because you can be wrong and get along. I can have a different opinion than you, and we can disagree. But guess what? The game's going to be played this weekend. We'll figure out who was right and who was wrong. In politics, it's you're wrong because you think differently, and then you actually have people that stop talking together, families and whatever.
I mean, that's insane. Yeah. All that I ask, or that we can hope for, is no matter where you're coming from, if you're available to have your mind changed, then you're golden.
Yeah.
You're great. And by that means that you've extracted your ego and you're not defined by your opinion. And then if you say something that makes sense, even though I've built my whole life on, well, hold on, this is the way it is, and you're making sense, if you can stop and go, hold on a second, wait a minute, okay, that's the truth, then we're on to something. We're not seeing a lot of that, and I'm gonna just go. I'm on one now.
No, you're good.
But the reason why we're all here is we love sports because there's something so real about it. No matter what you guys say or what your take on it is, they're going to have a chance to prove it on the field, and there's something so beautiful and pure about that we love.
Yeah, half the people listen to sports radio because they want to hate it. And half of people listen because they want to agree with you. So it's people will go, "Oh, did you hear what this guy said? He's so dumb." Well, why do you listen every day? Well, because I like to be right. So, and then half the people listen because they want to kind of go along for the ride. So it's definitely a fun medium to be in. We're gonna take. Do you want to stick around for one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
I've put together a little Jeremy Piven special questionnaire that I've got for you. They're all right and wrong answers.
No, listen, I'm excited and terrified.
Perfect.
Nobody's
ever gotten 10 out of 10 on this quiz. Ronnie Lott got 9 out of 10. So
Ronnie Lott. The fact that you even mentioned me in the same sense as Ronnie Lott.
That's right. You got to know who your competition is. Brock Heward also got a 9 out of 10.
Not a clue who that is, but
really,
no.
Oh, Brock Heward, college football analyst and former NFL quarterback.
There you go.
University of Washington.
Well done.
So there you go. That's why I led with Ronnie Lott.
Thank you.
The good news, Brock Heward never heard of you. I don't know if that's true.
We don't know
I'm
if that's
confident
true.
that is
Now
not.
you just touched a button.
That's what I was trying to.
And unfortunately, it was the dump button, so I just dumped it. Sorry, guys.
I am trying
Can we
to get you
clean up?
clean up on aisle Jeremy. Let's go.
Good night, everyone.
Jeremy Piven sticking around for one more segment with us. Luke Anderson filling in for Dirt and Sprague. Jason Swigard with us as well. The guys are back tomorrow in spirit and Monday in person.
Can we, but before we go any further, is there any way we can just give away some tickets to the Roseland Theater to anyone that's listening? I just want to give them away because you guys are great. And even though I'm Jewish and I'm incredibly cheap, let's give away some tickets. And this pains me. By the way, you know how you know someone's Jewish?
Do tell. I'd like to make a guess, but we are on the air. So.
Well, no, the way you know someone's Jewish is they tell you.
There you go.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
People are like, hey, you want to go skiing? I go, I can't, I'm Jewish. Like, what? You want to go skydiving? I'm a landlocked Hebrew. Okay, come to my daughter's bat mitzvah. I'm not that Jewish. Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. I just had to slip in some jokes.
Please, yes.
Because as much as I love you guys, I do want people to know that it would be my honor to make them laugh. For 90 minutes at the Roseland Theater.
On 1080thefan.com, we do have an enter to win, so you can win tickets, but it sounds like if you text in right now, Jeremy will give you tickets.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and we'll hug it out afterwards, take some pictures.
There you go.
Let's go.
All right. You ready for the special Jeremy Piven quiz that I put you together? This is 10 questions.
Yeah.
We want quick answers. They all have right and wrong answers. Some have multiple correct answers. But I will try to do these as quick as I possibly can.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Your first IMDb listing is for the movie Lucas. You played Spike. Your first TV listing was for Carol and Company in 1990. What character are you listed as?
Spike was my first movie, and I played a football player, and I just finished playing high school football for the Evanston
I need quick answers here, Jeremy. We
sorry.
can get back into the interview here in
my
just a
God.
second as soon as we get
But
this.
you
What
don't
was the
understand.
character?
I'm an elite athlete. Sorry, that was my inner child. This is so awkward.
On
guys.
Carol and Company, what actor are you listed as?
Jeremy Piven.
You were listed as Robert Panda or Plumber. The lowest rated movie on your IMDb page is 2.6. Can you name that movie?
Probably that would be Car 54. Where are you?
Car 54.
Oh my God.
Correct. That is right.
That's amazing.
What is my favorite movie that you're in?
Old School.
Grosse Point Blank.
Grosse Point Blank.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The Cusack,
Okay, there you
best
go.
friend.
There you go.
You did a pirate captain voice as Black Bellamy in 2012's Pirates Band of Misfits. Unrelated to the movie, why couldn't the pirates play cards?
Because they are
Because the captain was standing on the deck. Come on.
Oh, of course. There we go. I love a good dad joke. That's the sound of people turning us off.
You said in an interview that you only eat fish as your protein for 20-some years.
Yeah.
Sockeye salmon or halibut?
Halibut.
Oh, incorrect. Sockeye salmon.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears are your team, yes?
Yes.
Only team not to have a 4,000-yard passer in NFL history. Who has the most passing yards in Bears history?
You would think it'd be Jim McMahon. It's probably Sid Luckman.
It is Eric Kramer, threw for 3,838 yards in 1995.
I hate to see it.
My father recently made his first trip to Chicago. Tried Malort. What was his reaction? That was terrible, not that bad, or he ordered a second shot?
Second shot.
He got a second shot. You're correct. Is it acceptable to put ketchup on a hot dog?
1,000%.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I also would have accepted not in Chicago.
Oh.
You can't put it on a Chicago dog.
Oh, okay.
What does the word Piven mean in Ukrainian?
Singing cock.
That is correct. Absolutely. According to.
There you go. Also the name of my autobiography.
Is it really? I hope that is true. According to the 1990 book, Worst Case Scenario Survival Handbook, should you lie down in front of a stampeding elephant?
Yes.
That is correct. All right. You got it. That book written by Josh Piven.
Josh
No
Piven.
relation.
What
So
are we
that's why
doing,
got
guys?
that. All right. How do you do on the quiz? I didn't keep track of the answers.
I think we got 5.
We got 5 out of 10. Congratulations. Jeremy Piven at the Roseland Theater tomorrow night. Text in if you want tickets. He's giving them away.
Thank you guys so much. That was fun.